Hello, my name is Dr. Abi. I welcome you to the third lesson of this video course on this book, Money and Your Well-Being. Now, we've been talking about money and human happiness, human respect, and self-esteem. And in this video, we are going to try to define happiness and talk about the common ways that people seek happiness. And the reason why we have to define happiness is because it is such a problem word. All right. It can be a reason why people can go through financial stress because people keep looking for money, pursuing money. If you ask them why, they tell you that I'm trying to be happy, I'm looking for happiness. So if you don't define happiness, people cannot actually know what they are looking for. And they keep looking for money, pursuing money, and compounding their stress they go through, compounding their stress they go through because of money. All right, so we have to define happiness so that perchance if we understand what happiness is, then maybe we might realize that we will not need money to find it. Or we may realize that we have found enough money to find this happiness some long time ago without even knowing that we have enough, we even have too much, and that we can even find free substitutes to finding happiness apart from money. So that is why we are talking about money and your human happiness, your human respect and self-esteem. And we are trying to define what happiness is, okay? We have found many ways to describe happiness, but usually the word happiness sounds like a positive or a pleasant mental or emotional state. So we have used words like a good life, quality life, life satisfaction, fulfillment, feeling good within, feeling good about ourselves, peace of mind. Sometimes we use words like subjective well-being, meaning that happiness depends on you. So people have described happiness as contentment. I am happy with myself. I like myself. I have enough. Okay, so happiness basically can be described as that good feeling you have within and about yourself and nothing disturbing your mind. You cannot have fears, worries, anxieties, bitterness, anger, unforgiveness, offense. Okay? You cannot have regret, guilt. All in the same mind and be smiling to people that you're happy. Okay? You cannot sleep at night. You are not happy. If it's not for some physical health problem like some discomfort or pain in your body, but your mind cannot make you sleep without sleeping tablets, without peace of mind. You're not a happy person. Okay, so health-wise, I want you to look at happiness in terms of that good feeling you have within you about yourself and not disturbing your mind. Okay, now there are ways in which we seek happiness. I'm going to talk about 4 ways in which we seek happiness. Everything I'm trying to do is to lay the foundation for having happiness, human respect, and self-esteem for free. I'm going to talk about some 4 common ways that people seek happiness. The first one has to do with seeking pleasure. So usually when you hear somebody saying that I'm going to take alcohol, I'm going to smoke cigarettes, I'm going to take a hard drug or hard substance, I want to go have sex, especially with multiple sexual partners, I want to go on a vacation, go out with friends to eat, go to a game, to the movies. Okay, that person is trying to seek pleasure, all right, as a way of finding happiness. Okay, the challenge is that when the alcohol wears off, you're back to yourself. You have to go for another alcohol. So the pleasure-seeking kind of happiness is short-lived. Must always do something, go on a vacation, spend money, do something to be happy. Okay, it is a good way. It's a legitimate way of finding happiness, but that is not the ultimate way. Okay, another common way people find happiness is by trying to achieve perfection, making sure that everything in their lives are okay and they are perfect themselves. They have nothing to worry about when it comes to their life challenges. Okay, and then when it comes to their personality or their attitude or whatever you call it, they are perfect. So such people postpone happiness into the future because the problems are still there. They've not been solved. He or she has not obtained perfection in himself or herself. So he or she has no good reason to give permission to himself to be happy. So then, seeking perfection in our activities, in ourselves, okay, as a way of trying to find happiness. So happiness in the sense of all my problems are solved, all my problems are finished, I have nothing to worry about, okay? That is very unrealistic because sometimes troubles find you when you're looking for none. And so if you want to achieve perfection, that's a way of finding happiness. That is not a good goal to have, all right? A third way people try to find happiness is by seeking meaningful and purposeful living. So by committing yourself to solving some human problems, especially with very genuine and honest motives, not for money reasons, volunteering works, philanthropy, okay, living beyond yourself, living or doing something bigger than yourself, okay, for humanity, all right? Now, that is supposed to bring you some life satisfaction or fulfillment because you are not living a selfish life. You are giving to society, to people. And there's more happiness in giving money, giving your life, your intellect, your time, and so on. All right. So we can find happiness by trying to commit to some purposeful and meaningful living that solve human problems. Okay. But that has limitations too. You cannot solve every problem of the human being. Even if you are selling heaven and salvation, okay, people will not even be interested. All right, so you cannot say I've met all human needs, all human problems. Okay, you die and live like every other human being. Human problems will still be there to be solved. So don't think about the fact that you have to kill yourself to finish all human problems before you can be happy. That's not realistic. Okay. Now, a fourth way people find happiness or seek happiness is by trying to seek validation or approval from society, from other people. So when people like you, society likes you, and you're famous, especially when important people approve of you, you're supposed to be happy. Feel good about yourself, feel good within. Okay. But that is not realistic all the time. Because number one, you should not be thinking that you are the only one who has problems or who is looking for happiness. No. Every human being is looking for happiness. The threat to your happiness happen to everybody. Yes. One thing I tell my patients is that when they have hypertension, for instance, they come, they have to know that they are not the originator of the disease. The disease existed before they were born, and the knowledge exists already, or existed before they were born, before I was born. Okay? So it is not because you have it, I have it. Now they are originating a human problem. No. That is why you don't go walking around looking for happiness from people, because the same threats to your well-being, your survival, is also threatening other people. And all we are trying to do is to keep these threats away, fight these threats to our happiness. Okay, so what you can do rather is you should rather participate in trying to lessen people's burden rather than trying to seek approval and validation from other people. Okay, so you don't go trying to be happy because somebody likes you or somebody approves of you or somebody is trying to make you happy. Okay, you should rather be thinking about you rather trying to give to lessen people's burden because the devil is no respecter of persons. He is after every human being's happiness and well-being. Okay, now a second reason why you should not also expect that you obtain happiness from being liked is because you are not perfect. You are not perfect, so you cannot expect that everybody will like you. Okay, and that has to do with your personality and upbringing. Okay, so don't expect everybody will like you because you're not perfect. And number three is also because or what we call stereotyping or bias. We are wired to see the world the way we are, not the way it is. We are wired to see or programmed to see people the way we are, usually, and not the way they are. Okay? So if you're expecting somebody to like you, approve of you, you'll be surprised that the person is looking at your skin color, saying that you are black. And every black person is not liked. So you haven't done anything wrong, but the fact that he or she doesn't like black people, or he or she doesn't like white people. Okay? For the same reason, he or she does not like people belonging to a certain political party. So because of that, once you answer to that political party, you cannot be liked. Okay? That is called stereotyping. That is why you cannot go looking for validation and approval, because we are wired to bias or to stereotype people. Okay? So in this video, I've tried to define happiness or redefine happiness and show you common ways people find happiness. But these common ways are not the ultimate. I'm going to show you how to obtain free happiness, human respect, and self-esteem in another video. Okay?